Tonight, I want to tell you a story. A story about a man who changed the world. A man whose invention is running through the walls of the room you are sitting in right now. A man whose ideas power every city, every hospital, every school on this planet. And yet, he died alone, in a small hotel room with almost no money, forgotten by the world he had lit up. His name was Nikola Tesla, and his story will change how you think about success, failure, and what it truly means to keep going when nobody believes in you. Chapter 1. Born in a Storm. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in a tiny village called Smiljan in what is now Croatia. And the night he was born, there was a violent lightning storm. The midwife who helped deliver him looked at the lightning outside and said, "This child will be a child of darkness." His mother looked at her and replied, "No, he will be a child of light." She had no idea how right she was. From a very young age, Tesla was different. He could do complex math problems in his head without writing anything down. He could visualize entire machines in his mind, build them mentally, test them mentally, and fix problems before he ever touched a piece of metal. His teachers thought he was cheating. His classmates thought he was strange. But Tesla did not care what they thought. He was too busy seeing things that nobody else could see. And that is the first lesson of his story. The world will not always understand you. The people around you will not always see what you see, and that is okay, because the greatest ideas in history were born in the minds of people who were called strange, crazy, or impossible. If nobody is questioning your vision might not be big enough. Chapter 2. 4 Cents and a Dream. In 1884, at the age of 28, Tesla made the biggest decision of his life. He left everything behind and moved to America. When he arrived in New York City, he had 4 cents in his pocket. 4 cents. A few old clothes and a letter of recommendation addressed to the most famous inventor in America, Thomas Edison. Tesla walked into Edison's office and handed him the letter. Edison read it. The letter said, "I know 2 great men, and you are one of them. The other is the young man standing in front of you." Edison hired him, and Tesla went to work. But here is where the story gets painful. Edison had built his entire empire on something called direct current, or DC electricity. Tesla believed in something different, something better, alternating current, AC. Tesla told Edison that AC was more efficient, safer over long distances, and could power entire cities. Edison dismissed him. He told Tesla it was a waste of time. He told him to focus on improving DC instead. But Tesla knew he was right. He could see it in his mind as clearly as you can see the screen in front of you right now. At one point, Edison made Tesla a promise. He said, "If you can improve our DC generators, I will pay you $50,000. In today's money, that would be over $1 million. Tesla worked for months. He barely slept. He redesigned the generators, made them dramatically better, and went to Edison to collect his reward. Edison laughed. He said, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." He never paid him, not a single dollar. Tesla quit that day. And this is the second lesson. Sometimes the people you work for will not value what you bring. Sometimes the people above you will take credit for your work, dismiss your ideas, or break their promises. When that happens, you have 2 choices. You can stay and shrink, or you can leave and grow. Tesla chose to grow, even if it meant starting from zero. Chapter 3. Digging Ditches. After leaving Edison, Tesla expected the world to welcome him with open arms. He was a genius. He had revolutionary ideas. Surely someone would see his potential. Nobody did. For 2 years, Nikola Tesla, one of the most brilliant minds in human history, could not find work as an engineer or an inventor. He had to dig ditches in the streets of New York just to survive. Think about that for a moment. The man whose inventions would one day power the entire planet was digging holes in the ground for a few dollars a day. Most people would have given up. Most people would have said, maybe I was wrong, maybe Edison was right, maybe my ideas are worthless. But Tesla did not give up. Every night, after a long day of physical labor, he went back to his small room and continued working on his designs. He drew diagrams, he solved equations, he refined his vision. He did not wait for the world to give him permission. He kept building, even when nobody was watching. And this is perhaps the most important lesson of his entire life. Your circumstances do not define your potential. Where you are right now is not where you will always be. The ditch you were digging today might be the foundation for the empire you will build tomorrow. Never confuse a temporary situation with a permanent identity. Chapter 4. The War of Currents. Eventually, Tesla found a supporter. A businessman named George Westinghouse believed in AC power and agreed to fund Tesla's work. And then the war began. Edison was terrified of losing his empire. He could not let AC win, so he launched one of the most vicious smear campaigns in history. He publicly electrocuted animals using AC power to prove that it was dangerous. He funded the creation of the electric chair specifically to associate AC with death. Edison did not fight Tesla with better ideas. He fought him with fear, with propaganda, with lies. And for a while, it worked. People were scared of AC. Newspapers wrote horrifying stories. Politicians called for bans. But here's the thing about truth. You can delay it, you can hide it, you can attack it, but you cannot destroy it. Truth has a patience that lies will never have. In 1893, Tesla and Westinghouse won the contract to light the entire Chicago World's Fair using AC power. Over 27 million people visited that fair, and when they saw the lights, when they saw an entire city glowing with Tesla's electricity, the debate was over. AC had won, and the world would never be the same. The lesson here is painful but necessary. When you're doing something right, not everyone will support you. Some people will actively try to destroy you, not because you're wrong, but because your success threatens their comfort. They will spread fear about you. They will question your motives. They will try to make people doubt you. Keep going anyway, because the truth does not need to be loud. It just needs to be consistent.
Chapter 5. The Mind That Never Stopped. Tesla did not stop with AC power. His mind was a machine that never turned off. He invented the Tesla coil, which is still used in radio technology today. He built one of the first hydroelectric power plants at Niagara Falls. He developed early versions of X-ray imaging. He created remote-controlled boats decades before anyone thought it was possible. He even designed concepts for wireless communication that predicted smartphones and the Internet almost 100 years before they existed. In 1898, he demonstrated a radio-controlled boat in Madison Square Garden. People in the audience thought it was magic. Some people genuinely believed there was a tiny monkey inside the boat controlling it. They could not comprehend the technology could do what Tesla was showing them. That is what happens when you are too far ahead of your time. People cannot understand you. They cannot even imagine what you are describing. And because they cannot imagine it, they assume it must be impossible. Tesla once said, "The present is theirs. The future, for which I really worked, is mine." He was right. If you are working on something that people do not understand yet, do not let their confusion become your doubt. You might simply be early, and being early is not the same as being wrong.
Chapter 6.
The price of genius. Now, I need to tell you the part of this story that hurts, because every great story has a painful chapter, and Tesla's painful chapter lasted for decades. Despite changing the world, Tesla was terrible with money. He was not interested in business, he was not interested in wealth, he cared only about his ideas. At one point, Tesla held patents that could have made him one of the richest men on Earth. His AC patents alone were generating enormous royalties. But when Westinghouse's company was struggling financially, Tesla tore up his royalty contract. He gave up millions of dollars to save the company that had believed in him. He said, "You believed in me when no one else would. You supported me when the world laughed. I will not let money destroy what we built together." It was an act of extraordinary loyalty, and it cost him everything. As the years went on, Tesla's funding dried up. His later projects, including a dream of providing free wireless energy to the entire world, were shut down because investors could not figure out how to make money from something that was free. Think about that. Tesla wanted to give free energy to every human being on the planet, and the world said no, not because it was impossible, but because nobody could profit from it. Sometimes the world does not reward the right things. Sometimes the people who give the most receive the least, and that is not fair, but it is reality. And knowing this should not stop you from giving. It should make you more careful about protecting yourself while you do. Generosity without boundaries is self-destruction. Give your best to the world, but do not forget to save something for yourself.
Chapter 7. Room 3327. In his final years, Nikola Tesla lived alone in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel. He had no family. He had very few friends. He spent his days feeding pigeons in Bryant Park. He once told a reporter that he loved one particular pigeon more than anything in the world. A white pigeon with gray tips on her wings. He said, "I loved that pigeon as a man loves a woman, and she loved me. When she was ill, I knew. I felt it." People called him crazy. Newspapers mocked him. The same man who had lit up the entire world was now being laughed at for loving a bird. But maybe Tesla understood something that the rest of the world did not. Maybe after being betrayed by business partners, dismissed by investors, and forgotten by the public, a pigeon was the only creature that never asked him to be anything other than who he was. On January 7, 1943, Nikola Tesla died alone in that hotel room. He was 86 years old. A maid found him 2 days later. The man who powered the world left it in silence. Chapter 8. What the World Forgot and Then Remembered. After Tesla's death, something interesting happened. The world slowly began to realize what it had lost. His name started appearing in science textbooks. His inventions were recognized as the foundation of modern electrical systems. The unit of magnetic flux density was named the Tesla in his honor. Museums were built, statues were erected. And in 2003, a man named Elon Musk started an electric car company. He named it Tesla, not after himself, after the forgotten genius who had made it all possible. Today, the name Tesla is known by billions of people around the world, not because of marketing, not because of luck, but because the work was real. The ideas were real. The contribution was real. The world forgot Tesla, and then the world remembered. Because you can ignore great work for a while, but you cannot ignore it forever. And this is the lesson I want you to carry with you tonight. You may not see the results of your efforts right now. You may be working in silence. You may be building something that nobody appreciates yet. You may feel invisible. But real work has a way of surviving. Real effort compounds over time. And one day, whether you are there to see it or not, the world will recognize what you built. Your job is not to wait for recognition. Your job is to keep building.
Chapter 9. Why this story matters to you. Now, you might be thinking, that is a beautiful story, but I am not a genius inventor. I am not Nikola Tesla. What does his story have to do with my life? Everything. You do not need to be a genius to learn from Tesla's life. You just need to pay attention. When Tesla dug ditches in New York, he did not stop working on his ideas. He kept designing, kept thinking, kept building, even in his worst moments. What is your version of digging ditches? Maybe you are stuck in a job you hate. Maybe you are going through a difficult time. Maybe you feel like nobody sees your potential. Whatever it is, keep working on your dream in the margins, before work, after work, in the quiet hours, in the small moments. Do not wait for your circumstances to change. Change yourself within your circumstances. When Edison broke his promise, Tesla did not beg. He walked away and built something better. Have people broken promises to you? Have people taken credit for your work? Have people underestimated you? Good. Let that fuel you, not with anger, but with determination. The best revenge is not proving them wrong. The best revenge is outgrowing them so completely that their opinion becomes irrelevant. When the world laughed at Tesla for feeding pigeons, he did not stop. He did not apologize for who he was. He stayed true to himself until the very end. The world will laugh at you, too. It will laugh at your dreams. It will laugh at your ambitions. It will laugh at the things you love. Let them laugh, because the people who laugh at dreamers have never built anything worth remembering. Chapter 10. The Light Inside You. It is late now. The world around you is getting quieter, and I want to leave you with one final thought. Nikola Tesla's mother said he would be a child of light, and he was. He literally brought light to the world. But here is what I want you to understand. You do not need to invent electricity to bring light to the world. You bring light every time you refuse to give up. You bring light every time you keep going when everything tells you to stop. You bring light every time you believe in yourself when nobody else does. There is a light inside you. It might be small right now. It might be flickering. It might feel like it is about to go out, but it is there. And every single day that you keep working, keep learning, keep pushing forward, that light gets a little brighter. Tesla died in a dark hotel room, but the light he created is still shining in every lamp, in every city, in every home. The light you create through your daily effort, through your consistency, through your refusal to quit, that light will outlast you too. Not because you are famous, not because you are a genius, but because real effort leaves a mark on the world that time cannot erase. So tonight, before you close your eyes, remember this. The world did not believe in Tesla. He believed in himself, and that was enough. The world does not need to believe in you. You need to believe in you, and that will be enough. Keep going. Keep building. Keep shining. Even if nobody's watching, especially if nobody's watching. Good night, and remember, you are a child of light. I will see you in the next video.